Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me, and answer me. When thou saidst, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me in a plain path because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I had fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, what I want to get into today, dealing with the book of Romans, the 13th chapter. Just continue on in the book of Romans. And when we get to this chapter, all right, the Apostle Paul is pretty much teaching conduct, okay, as far as dealing with, the political climate in Rome, okay, because you go through the history, Rome was riddled, with civil wars and rebellions, okay, because this is the Roman Empire, and what makes, a kingdom or empire when it begins to dominate other kingdoms, okay, when it begins to absorb other sovereign nations, okay, and push them in tribute, okay, then you move into the phase of an empire, okay, well, you have these, nations that operate, with, what they call sub-autonomous, which is like, they let you still govern yourself, you just have to pay tribute to the empire and also, allow certain, influence of the empire, within, your government, okay, with its architecture, culture, okay, and different things. So within there, what you will have, you will have these nations that will be absorbed, by the Roman Empire. They will revolt and rebel. Was Judea was one of those, all right, You know, because you had the Hasmonean dynasty, okay, and eventually, you know, you will have Antipater pretty much, you know, usurped that throne from Jake and set his son Herod, okay, as the king of Judea, which he was a puppet king for the Roman Empire, okay. So Judea, all right, was under a puppet king under the Roman Empire during this time, okay. And you had that dynasty, that Herodian dynasty, okay, that would pretty much rule over Judea, all right, throughout the time of Yahushua, you know, the book of Acts, okay, the apostles, you see, and you had, you know, a lot of tension, you know, between, you know, Judea and the Roman government with the Zealots, the Sicarii, okay. So the Apostle Paul, you know, he's going, you know, to pretty much the conduct on how to operate behind many enemy lines, okay, because this is a spiritual war, okay. But the climate of Rome at this time, like I say, it was a lot of revolts and rebellions, okay. And the scriptures go into these things, man. Matter of fact, let's read a couple, then I want to get something real quick in Wikipedia. It's Romans 13:1. It said, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power, all right, but of the Most High. The powers that are ordained of the Most High, okay. And we have to understand, you see, that we look at these empires, okay, these world superpowers, all of them was prophesied. When you go to Daniel the 7th chapter, everything from the Assyrian Empire, okay, to America was prophesied. So every kingdom had their set time, okay. Every nation of people, all right, will have their set time to rule, okay. So when it's time for a particular nation to be in power, there's nothing that can be done to remove them from power until the Lord wants them removed from power, okay. So everything is subjugated to the timing of Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai. And you had Jake, okay, thinking, you know, that they was going to overthrow the fourth beast. Well, it wasn't that time. You know, the Lord had them ordained to rule for that set time, okay. And then he begins to judge. Everything is subjugated to the timing of Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai and how he wants to judge, man, okay. So, matter of fact, let's get a few precepts on that, okay? Because if these heathens rule on the left-hand side, well, who controls the left hand? Okay, Isaiah 45:7, it says, I form light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So the Heavenly Father is controlling both sides. And these heathens, they rule, okay, in darkness. Okay, but it's the Lord that's overseeing it, that ordains that. Okay, and the Lord had it set up for all these things to play out, okay, for his purpose. And we know ultimately the end game is a eternal righteous rulership, okay, under Yahushua, the only begotten Son. Okay, the Heavenly Father is setting the stage for Yahushua, okay, to wage war in righteousness in this time, you know, because it wasn't that time then when Peter, you know, cut off, you know, the servant's ear. You know, one of the guys that was coming to get Yahushua, it wasn't that time. He told Peter to put up his sword, okay, because things had to play out. You see, Yahushua was playing the long game to get the victory on the back end, okay, which is in this time, okay. But that was the climate. That's why, you know, the Apostle Peter, you know, he drew his sword, because that was the norm, okay, for, you know, these different provinces that was absorbed by the Roman Empire to rebel, you know, and go to war with the Roman government. That was a normal thing, Okay? But he was like, nah, I was shy, this not that time. Okay? So there were still things, that had to be done, as you will read in the book of Acts. But you go here, which is Daniel 4 and 17, and it reads, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over it the basis of men. Okay? So the rulership of the earth, okay, is ordained by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. No one comes into power, okay, without the Most High signing off on it, okay, in the spirit. Okay? When we see a kingdom come into power, it's already ordained in the heavens. Okay? And then you seen the vision of these different empires that was ordained to come into power, okay, and eventually be removed. All the way into the coming of Yahushua, the second coming of Yahushua, which is going to end all heathen rulership. Okay? Everything is happening exactly how I said it would happen. What these small has did in 1948, okay, claiming, to be us moving into that land, that was already talked about in Ezekiel 36, okay, and Zechariah, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, okay. So these things were already ordained thousands of years before they happened, okay, and they're going to play out exactly like it's written. You see, and Jake was trying to fight up against Rome, and they was fighting up against prophecy, man. That's why they they failed. Jake won some skirmishes and battles, okay, but ultimately it ended in disaster, man. Okay, because that wasn't the way. All right, at first it wasn't the time that the Lord was going to take out Rome, because Rome had to be reborn in the earth during the Renaissance period. Okay, this is the time. All right, now we in that time. You see, as you go from here, just to get prophecy, is Isaiah 61. Okay, because we're here to preach. You see, this is not a carnal war that we're in. Okay, and when it's time, for this thing to go to the next phase, just like the Lord has given us, the spirit of prophecy, the spirit of understanding, okay, to teach. All right, when it's time to go to the next phase, it ain't gonna be through carnal weaponry, man. Okay, it's gonna be through the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and Him lifting the standard. You see? So this Isaiah 61:1. It says, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and to the opening of the prison to them that are bound. And see, this is spiritual. Okay? We're not here busting Jake out of prison. Nah, man. We have been in prison in our minds. Okay? By the empire, man. Okay? Through Christianity, nigger culture, feminism. Okay? These were spiritual prisons for our people, man. For us, man. Okay? But through the preaching of this word, we've been loosed. Okay? We've been loose. We was held captive, by this way of thinking of the West, man. But through this preaching, we've been turned loose. And that's the lot that we have as prophets, man. Not to take up arms, but to teach, all right, and set our people at liberty spiritually, man. Okay? To where we don't need the so-called white man validation, okay, when it comes to who we are. We don't need him to educate us when it comes to the Bible. Okay? And the Lord raised up a ministry of men, okay, to teach this word. Okay? And to set his people free in the spirit. And then Yahushua is going to come with the physical deliverance, man. Okay? So reading on, it said to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn. So it's a timing, you know, and we know how close we are based off the events that are happening, which Yahweh Shai told us to watch for these events, man. Okay, the spike in earthquakes, okay, the spike, you know, in these nations, conflict, you know, these nations, all right, the rumors of wars in these nations being at conflict, at odds, okay, civil unrest, okay, pestilence, okay, all these things are signs for us to look for their second coming, okay, in which the Lord is going to take vengeance, okay, on Rome, okay, on Edom, all right, and these other heathens as well. You see? So we teach these things, and we teach how close we are based off what's happening, okay, and that's our lot, you know. So the Apostle Paul was teaching Jake to keep it spiritual, man, okay, and we coming into the acceptable year where the Lord is going to avenge us for everything, man. Everything these devils have done, even things that we don't know about, man. Yahweh Shai is coming with their vengeance, man. You know, even for what they did to him. Scriptures say what? All right, when you go to Revelation 1, okay, and 7, it says, behold, it's Revelation 1 and 7, behold, he cometh with clouds, which are the chariots. And what did the angel tell them in Acts? The same way he left, the same way he coming back in that chariot, man. And so he come to get busy, okay? And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, okay? To the Romans, man. You see, Yahweh Shai coming back to deal with Rome. That's why Rome had to be set up and established again, okay? Because back then, Rome didn't have the ability, okay, to fulfill Revelation 12 and 7, okay, the war in heaven. Rome didn't have that capability back then, but it does now, okay? It has an air force now, you see? So things had to play out. Then we in the time now, okay, just like Malachi said, they shall build, but I will throw down. See, that had to play out. Esau had to be pushed out of power in the dark ages and come back and build, and then the Lord would throw down. You see? And Jake, you know, they was seeing the power that Yahweh Shai had. They were thinking he was finna destroy the infrastructure of Rome. He had, you know, them zealots, okay, which some of them believed, but they had to, you know, be taught again. Okay? You see? So, reading again, it says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. They also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amon. Yeah, Yahweh Shai comes to bring pain to the earth, man. He's coming to physically deliver his elect. Okay? And he's coming to go to war with this society, man. Okay? Beginning with who? Edom, Rome. Alright? Which is in power today. Alright? And everyone's back in their lot. You see? And I say he's coming as that what? That conquering lion of Judah. You know? He came as a lamb for the sacrifice. Okay? The scriptures say, what's that in Isaiah 47? Isaiah 47. Alright. Isaiah 47 and 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne. Alright, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, man. Okay? So we're finna see a great demotion in the earth, man. Okay? The new Roman Empire, okay, aka Babylon the Great, okay, spiritual Egypt and Sodom, okay, is going to be reduced, okay, to nothing, man, okay, and you devils go into slavery. See, it says, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers, okay. So now we're seeing the exposure of this place, man, okay. The fact that, you know, there's a cry to make America great again shows you that what? The empire is dwindling, okay? And the worldview of the empire, okay, ain't what it used to be, man. As they looked at, America was looked at, you know, as the moral standard of righteousness in the earth, okay? The you know, what they call the leaders of the free world, how they looked at America. You see, that image that they once had, okay, as being that a standard of righteousness, and, you know, leading the earth into you know, on how to be that example of how the earth should be. That world image is falling, man. Okay, and the Lord is allowing this right before the judgment. Verse 3, it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Okay, Yahushua ain't coming to the new Roman Empire as a man. Okay, that they can touch and grab up. Okay, he fulfilled that already. All right, this time he's coming, all right, for the overthrow. You see, he's coming to get busy this time, man. So this is why the vengeance is already set up. So this is why we're not here to take up arms, okay, against this devil, man. Okay, until the Lord lifts a standard, we're just here to teach, man. You know, until we can't anymore. And then we just have to wait for the next phase. You see, so we're all within, you know, if anyone, you know, takes up arms against this devil, any Israelite that takes up arms against this devil is out of order. Okay, and they're gonna be set up for the slaughter. Okay, and it says, verse 4, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. So let's go back to Romans, okay, 13. It says, whosoever therefore, this is Romans 13 and 12, whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation, man. You know, even though, you know, Nat Turner, okay, he was in the spirit, but his timing was off, man. He jumped the gun, okay, and he had, you know, a day and a half. You know, he went on a little run, and then what happened, man? You know, hey, he was punished, damnation. Okay, all these leaders, you know, that come in their revolutionary spirit, okay, they meet that damnation, man. Okay, and this was happening back then. All right, that's why even in the book of Acts, the 5th chapter, okay, when you get those accounts, okay, this is Acts 5 and 25, it says, well, I start 34, it says, then stood there up one in the council of the Pharisees named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law, had in reputation among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space. You know, so he's pretty much vouching for the apostles as they are being accused. You know, because they looked at Yahushua. You know, they tried to paint Yahushua as a revolutionary. You know, as if he was just some, you know, just one of these jakes. Okay, that was just a pretty much a what you call a usurper, you know. And that's why Pilate was asking him, you know, they call you king, you know, because if you're in someone else's kingdom calling yourself a king, you know, there's treachery, man. Okay, or they look at that as being a usurper. Okay, or they would try to, you know, paint Yahushua as a leader of sedition. You know, because you had Jake. Matter of fact, let me get that. Then we're gonna go back. You gotta understand, you know, the political climate of those times. This is Luke 13:31. It said the same day they came certain of the Pharisees saying, and this is him speaking to Yahushua, unto him, get thee out and depart hence, for Herod will kill you. Okay, and this is, you know, the son of Herod the Great, Antipas, at the time. Okay, and you got the Jake come up to Yahushua, you know, pretty much, you know, telling Yahushua to stop teaching, or Herod was gonna kill him. You know, so there was Jake trying to paint, you know, Yahushua some leader of sedition. Okay, they did the same thing to Apostle Paul. You know, they tried to paint him as a leader of sedition for teaching his word, because his word is anti-Rome. Okay, then you're talking about, you know, the prophecies of the destruction that's to come. Okay, and it could be painted, you know, as treason, and, you know, as they're gonna, you know, demonize us, domestic terrorists, and all these different things. But we haven't did anything. We're gonna be blameless. You know, just as Yahushua was blameless, man. Okay, so everything Yahushua went through in ancient Rome, we're gonna go through. We're going through, and gonna go through in the new revived Rome, man. Okay. So what Yahushua told him, it says, and he said unto them, go ye and tell that fox. You talking to Herod, behold, I cast out devils. Okay, which when we teach, okay, and as our people are being edified and converted, the hopeful elect is being edified and converted, it's getting demons off of them, man. You know, because if you live, you know what I'm saying, if you okay, you know, live off the doctrine of nigga culture, you got demons on you, man. Okay, if you got that feminine spirit as a woman, you know, to where you think you're equal or above a man, you know, you don't need them in that mindset. You don't need a man. You got demons on you, man. You enchanted. Okay, and through the preaching of the word, which is through the power of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, it gets devils off our people, man. It gets those demons off our people. Okay, we had demons on us. Okay, and every now and then, hey, you have demons try to jump on you. Okay, but it's through this word these demons are cast out. Okay, and it says, behold, I cast out devils and do cures today and tomorrow, and the third day I shall be perfected. Okay, talking about their resurrection. Okay, because Yahushua knew, okay, that his life will end in that crucifixion, man. Okay, but he will be perfected through that suffering and resurrected that third day. Okay, so he knew, then Jake was trying to paint that picture, but he knew what had to be done. He knew all that had to play out. Okay, so go back to Acts, the 5th chapter. It's the book of Acts, chapter 5, and verse 35. And said unto them, ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do as touching these men. For before these days rose up Judas, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom the number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who was slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of taxings, and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and even as many as obeyed him or disperse. Okay, so he's going into these accounts where you will have, Jake, will rouse up rebellions and be leaders of seditions and try to carnally go after Rome. Okay, and it always ended bad. They would get stomped out. Okay, here it is. The Lord raised up, Rome. Okay, when you go into the prophecy, this is what Jake was fighting up against, man. Okay, and getting their ass stomped out. All right, this is Romans 7 and 7, and it says, and after this I saw in the night visions and beheld a fourth beast, and that pagan Roman Empire was the fourth beast. Okay, during the time of Yahushua and the apostles, man. Okay, and this I saw in the night vision and beheld a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and had great iron teeth, with their military. Okay, it devoured and brake in pieces and stomped, and stamped or trampled the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. So here it is. This beast was described as exceedingly strong, and it stamped out the residue of other kingdoms. Okay, but Jake go get 400 men and go against the fourth beast. Okay, terrible leadership, and we seeing the same thing today. Okay, Jake is out here marching, making himself look militant. Okay, Jake, got the guns, the sticks at camp, the bleakies or whatever niggas, You see, terrible leadership, joining you with the Crips. Okay, Jake is out there with Islam. You see, Jake is out there, at rallies with the Nation of Islam. Terrible leadership. Okay, but you had them simple niggas back then. All right, they will gather up 400 men to go against Rome. Super stupid. Okay, that's not the play. All right, so going back to Acts real quick. It's the book of Acts, chapter 5, and verse 39. Acts 5 and 39 said, but if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it, least happily you be found even to fight against the Most High. So as long as we stay within our orders of just teaching His word, preaching, okay, not being carnal, all right, we have the Most High backing us, man. We have Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah backing us, man. Okay, when you get out of order, okay, you remove you if you get carnal against this man, okay, you pretty much step out of the hedge of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah because you're out of order. As long as we stay in order, we good. Okay, and we can see that as we're teaching, the Lord is breaking this place down. Okay, as we speak, Russia is parking, all right, their Navy, all right, in ports in Iran. As we speaking, Russian technicians are setting up those missile defense systems in Iran. Okay, cross-training their pilots to fly Iranian jets, cross-training Iranian pilots to fly Russian jets. That's happening right now as we speak. So the Lord is working, and there's many other things, but just giving an example, the Lord is working. The plan is in motion, and our part in the plan is to teach and edify. Okay, and warn. Okay, what the scripture called Noah, a preacher of righteousness. Okay, all Noah did was teach. Then the flood came. You see, Noah didn't have to build anything to assist with the flood. He just had to teach. The The flood was already prepared and ordained for a set time. You see? So let's go on from here. Let's get there real quick and what's that? Get that in some rock. This is Rock 4:28. It says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee." Okay? So we're here to be a preacher of righteousness, man. Okay? Until the Lord, is ready for the next phase, we have our marching orders, man. And that's to be teachers in righteousness, man. Preachers in righteousness, man. Okay? I want to go here to a little history real quick, just to kind of go into the political climate of ancient Rome. All right, so this is the list of Roman civil wars and revolts. Include civil wars and organized civil disorder, revolts and rebellions in ancient Rome. It says, until the fall of the Western Roman Empire, it said, for the Eastern Roman Empire, I'm gonna jump down. It says, from the establishment of the Roman Republic in 509 BC until the first century, there was a sparse number of civil wars. But when the crisis of the Roman Republic, a period of considerable political instability began, the cause of the late Roman Republic civil wars is contested, as whether the wars were caused or caused by the end of the Roman Republic. Regardless, a nearly constant stream of civil wars marked the end of the Roman Republic and heralded the rise of the Roman Empire in 27 BC. Okay, and Pompey absorbed Judea to the Roman Empire in, I want to say it was 49 BC, so about 22 years, okay, before it became an official empire. All right, it said the first century of empire was marked by a widespread revolt throughout territory Rome had captured in preceding centuries. Okay, yeah, the Gauls and the Germanic, okay, tribes that was always revolting. And you had Jake in Judea. Okay, so that was a normal thing, and this is why the Apostle Paul is addressing this as he's writing this to the Church of Rome. Okay, and it says the first century empire was marked by widespread revolt through territory Rome had captured in the preceding centuries. The second century CE was relatively peaceful with a limited number of revolts. Political instability returned to the empire with the crisis of the 3rd century, which saw at least 26 civil wars in just 50 years as usurpers sought the imperial throne. And you always have, even at the top, okay, but you had the year of the 4 emperors, okay, which that was around the time, leading up to 70 AD, okay, we were during 70 AD, so lucky, because Vespasian had to leave off his campaign against Judea and pretty much, go stabilize the empire. He was the 4th, Caesar of that year, the 4th and final Caesar, which he will begin the Flavian dynasty, okay, that Flavian amphitheater, when everybody talk about the Colosseum, that Colosseum was built off money that they took from the temple in 70 AD, okay, when they plundered the temple. You see? So these, Judea was in the midst, of a lot of politics of Rome, So Apostle Paul, it was a very intense time between Judea and Rome, and Apostle Paul is teaching Jake how to be behind enemy lines. And this is why Yahushua said this in Matthew 10. All right, 10 and 16, it says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Okay? So Yahweh Shai understood the climate. Okay, the political climate. That's why we just here to teach. You see, we absolutely are no carnal threat to this man's society. We're here to teach, man. Okay, we're spiritually tearing down strongholds. Okay, we're not at war with your average Edomite. Okay, in Whole Food. Okay, at the coffee shop. No, that's not. No, we're at war with the enchantments that's been set forth by this devil, man. You know, those are the strongholds that we're taking down. All right, because as we teach, the elect is being converted, it's like gaining territory from the enemy, man, in the spirit. Okay, when the mind of the elect has been loosed from the prison of these enchantments, you know, through this teaching, that's like gaining territory in the war, man. Well, it's a spiritual war. Okay, so going back to Romans 13. All right, Romans 13 and 3, it says, for the rulers are not, all right, a terror to good works, but to evil. Without then not be afraid of the power. Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. Yeah, you see, the Apostle Paul is pretty much letting Jake know, look, be a good citizen, man. Okay? Because there's a way to walk in righteousness and still, all right, be in good standings with the powers that be. Okay? Now we know, because they're going to use, you know, Romans the 13th chapter, a lot of these churches are going to use this to get Jake to comply, okay, to deceive him. Okay? But nah, that's not what the Apostle Paul is speaking of. Okay? He's just speaking of in our day-to-day. Okay? We shouldn't be troublemakers in whatever empire we in. Because you got the brothers in London, you got brothers in Germany. Okay? So wherever brothers at, all right, they are to be, all right, upstanding citizens in those empires. And the Lord God to where, you know, we can still do right. You know? We can, you know, we don't have to get lined up. Okay? We can not, you know, deal with our woman on the Sabbath. Okay? We can eat the Levitical diet, you know, the best we can. You know, it's so much, you know, the devil always got something going on, you know, with that. Okay? But there's things that we can do. We can keep the Passover amongst each other and still be upstanding citizens, man. Still can tip good when we go out. Okay? You know, be respectable, men of integrity when we're out and about, when we're dealing. Okay? We're the last people on earth that you would have to worry about being scammed by, man. Okay? Or putting someone in some type of danger. Okay? So this is what the Apostle Paul, you know, is conveying. Okay? Because when it came to the Jews, it was like, nah, we're not doing that. You know? We're going to stop at this red light. Okay? We're going to pay our bills. You see? Giving the Caesar what's Caesar, but it's certain things, you know, nah. Okay, get to a point. And see, that's where discernment comes in. And that's why in the book of Acts, the 5th chapter, verse 29, it said, then Peter and the other apostle answered and said, we ought to obey the Most High rather than men. Okay? Because it's going to come a time to where, you know, hey, we're going to have to take a hard stance against this place, man. You know, it's going to be a chance. We're going to have to make a hard stance in righteousness, man. Okay? And it's going to put us in an uncomfortable situation, a straight gate. Okay? But as, you know, as of now, as this place is still up and functioning, okay, let's get this real quick in Proverbs. All right, Proverbs 16th chapter, I believe it's the 7th. Yep, Proverbs 16:7 says, when a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Okay? So our mind says to please the Lord, through faith, sacrifice, obedience, laboring. Those things are pleasing unto Yahweh Shem Al Shai. If our ways please Yahweh Shem Al Shai, you see, these niggas that's getting shot upside the head, and Esau, like the Lord be ordaining Jake to get their blasted. A lot of times you go into a situation, Jake be begging for it. The nigga woman be begging for it. Okay? The last little incident, you had that chick, rebuke the officer in the name of Jesus, blasted. Okay? She in the kitchen walking around with, with the water on playing. Okay? She could have, cooperated and been good. There's many other occasions like that where Jake could have just cooperated and been good. Okay? But Jake want to play the race card. Jake want to try to be the more like he know the law. Okay? and it end up bad. All right, so let's go back to Romans 13. This is Romans 13. And 4 says, for he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good, but if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is a minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil, man. Okay? So you have to remember, Esau is the Most High sword. Now he's the devil. Okay? But Jake set themselves up for failure most of the time, man. Okay? And these average Edomites, they don't understand, okay, that they're Edomites and, the origin of their hatred towards Jake. They just know, you see, it's something in them. And then the way niggas are, all right, they say niggas be begging for it. Okay? Even when you go back during the time of the Assyrian, what did the Most High? All right, this is Isaiah 10:5. It says, "Oh, Assyrian," okay, which America's like modern Assyria, okay, which was a very militant empire, and it was very cruel, how they would do their subjects, man. Okay, they were known for their torture tactics, man. That's why Jonah he want to go to Nineveh, man. Okay, because them Assyrians were known, all right, for their gruesome torture tactics, man. Okay, it says, "Oh, Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation." Okay, so the Lord showcased his anger through Assyria. Okay, because the northern kingdom, was heavy into idols. Okay, they were doing evil, man. And the Lord showcased his anger through the Assyrian Empire, man. You see, that's the Most High is gonna come down himself and, okay, wrestle with you niggas, man. You see, everything is at the Lord's disposal, man. Everyone is at the Lord's disposal when it comes to his wrath. You see, and at this time, the Assyrians, okay, he weaponized the Assyrians against the northern kingdom, man. Okay, and will send them against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge or an order to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. Okay, so the Lord weaponized the Assyrians to run through the northern kingdom, take them captive, okay, deport them, to a whole nother region, okay, of the earth, okay, and it was all because of the Lord's anger, and the Lord's anger is kindled again against Jake, hence the term Jacob trouble, okay, and he gonna put the spirit on Esau to be a madman sparing none. You see, well, you go here, back to Romans. 13th chapter. Okay. It says, Romans 13:5. I read this in NLT. It says, so you must submit to them, not only to avoid punishment, to also keep a clear conscience. Pay your taxes too, for these same reasons. For governments, workers need to be paid. They are serving the Most High, and what they do now, are they serving the Lord for righteousness' sake? No. Okay, but for this time, they're ordained to be in power. Okay. You see, and we're seeing that they're being removed from power because of their wickedness. Okay, but it's not on us to try to get, to try to force the hand of the Lord. Okay, and say anyway, get carnal with this man. That's already situated. Verse 7, it says, give to everyone what you owe them. Pay your taxes and government fees to those who collect them, and give respect and honor to those who are in authority. Okay? And what scripture say, power, life or death is in the tongue. Okay? And we've seen it. Jake talk up their own death, the nigga woman. You got to the point, where Eve don't pay rent, but then don't even expect to be put out. You got them videos on TikTok where Eve was just talking crazy. Here it is. You ain't pay rent in 4 months, and then, you're being put out, and you're talking crazy. Okay, look, 120-pound Eve, talking that she just gonna whoop, the whole police force, man. Like, what are you doing? Okay, then when she get tased, stomped out, and shot up, okay, Jake won the outcry, man. All right, verse 8 says, owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. And this is, the true family. This is how you know that the elect, it's like a family reunion, because it's all in love, whether in correction, whether in charity, edification. Okay, it's all in love and fulfilling. Because you go into the law, it was based on love for the nation. Okay, murder. Why would you murder someone you love? Why would you steal from someone that you love? Okay, why would you lie and set somebody you love up for failure by teaching false doctrine? Okay, no, because even rebuke, correction, that's in love. Okay, if someone takes out their time to correct you, that's in love. Okay, so love fulfills the law. You see, verse 9 said, for this thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. See that? Thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. And these are all things we can do. Okay, these are things that we can do. You see, and it says thou shalt not covet, and if there be any commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. And knowing the time, that now is the high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Okay? And as we, patiently wait, for Yahweh Shai to come. You see? Things can happen quick. Like Apostle Hart says, when this CHIP is made mandated, because things are already speeding up now. And the Lord can speed this thing up some more. So as we're waiting on this thing, and sometimes you can get in a mindset of, there's nothing happening fast enough. You can get complacent, with the mundane day to day. Okay, but hey, we seen that, this grid is pretty much like a light switch. They can be turned on and off in an instant. Okay, and when that happens, it's not going to take long for civil unrest. Okay, even with this whole election thing, which we got, a week now, next Tuesday. Okay, but even with this whole election thing, all right, I don't see it just going haywire. I can see some incidents, a spike in incidents, certain things, certain incidents happening more frequently, and probably a few days of, certain incidents happening. Okay, but as long as these people have access, to fulfill their lust of the flesh, they're pretty much too pampered to do anything. They're too intoxicated. Okay, they're too drunk off Rome to do anything. You see? So even then, you have all this hype built up around certain dates and times, and then nothing really happens, and it's like, the scripture say, hope deferred, make it the heart sick. All right, which is the mind. Okay, but everything is set up, like the stage is set for the one domino to fall, and all the other dominoes are in place. So hey, we're coming into that appointed time. As Yahweh Shai said, he's going to come quickly. Verse 12, it says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. You read this in the NLT. It says the night is almost gone, the day of salvation will soon be here. So remove your dark deeds like dirty clothes, and put on the shine armor of right living. We've taken off those filthy garments of this world, the conduct of this world. Okay, and putting on the garments of right living, that conduct of right living. Which is based on faith. Okay, order. You see, humility. All right, reading on, it says, verse 13, it says, because we long to the day we must live decent lives for all to see. Don't participate in the darkness of wild parties and drunkenness, or in sexual promiscuity and immoral living, or in quarreling or jealousy, nigga culture. Instead, clothe yourself with the presence of the Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and don't let yourself think about ways to indulge your evil desires, This is why we're here. To grow in righteousness, to really mature in this thing, and Yahweh Shai. Alright? So that's the point, Romans 13. They were behind enemy lines. And there's a way to conduct ourselves, There's a way to conduct ourselves. Okay? Like I say, and we have our marching orders, to teach this word, edify, until the Lord takes this thing, to the next phase. Okay? So, Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters will edify once again. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. Peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.